Hello guys, what's up? I'm Vortak. Welcome to the 16th installment of our Rising World Beachside Let's Play, where today we are finally going to finish the underground bunker. I'm going to install brand new lights to kind of change the awful color temperature we saw in the last episode, and I'm also going to have a hallway built going to the bunker, so it's a 100% complete and finished build down to the bunker, through the hall, and of course inside the bunker itself. So that should be a lot of fun. It'll be nice to wrap up another project, and I want to, as always, thank you guys for checking out the series. As always, it's been a long time since I've recorded some Rising World in this map, and I just want to say, first off, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to explain what's been going on as we build today, and yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. So I gathered up some more stone, not a whole lot. We have some more stone here, the bricks that we use for the floor in the bunker. We're going to be going through those. And I have some more of this metal here, but I might need to cook some more iron because I have a feeling we're going to run out of this stuff pretty quick. And then we have to make some walls and a ceiling. So it's going to be a pretty basic build, but there's a lot of information today to get across, so I figured I'd bring you guys in for it. I'm going to go into plaster, and this is what I want to use, just a plain white for the ceiling. And we're going to start with a couple stacks of it. That should kind of get us there. For the wall, we're going to need a lot more, and we've been using these stone bricks for a lot of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue that trend and do a stack of those, because I think we have some, I want to say, in here? No, it would be in the extra building blocks. Ah, look at that. Look at me. So I'm going to bring those. I'm not going to worry about the other shapes. Well, maybe I could do these ramps along the tops. That would be kind of cool looking, because we're going to have lights up there. And, of course, I do have to craft the lights and all that. Let's eat some food. We're kind of starving to death just a little bit. And I'm going to grab some tomatoes, too, for thirst, even though I could drink. Do I have a canteen full of water? I don't know if it's... Let's see. Ah, no, you have to fill it. I'm lazy, so I'm just going to go ahead and eat some tomatoes and call that good. So how is everybody? Be sure to leave in the comments below. Let me know if you've if you've missed the series. Well, let me know what other content you've been watching on the channel, if any at all. I know a lot of people who watch this generally come here just for this, as people do with a lot of YouTubers on YouTube. You usually watch people for just one or two things that they do. You couldn't, especially if I'm uploading every day, I can't imagine people are watching every single thing I put out. So I'm curious, though. I wanted to ask that right at the top here. And I want to tell you, speaking of other content, what's been going on. If you haven't been keeping up, yes, I have been doing a lot of other stuff here on the channel. We're just going to come down here. I'm going to use the lighting trick because we have no lights down here yet. There have been a lot of other things I've put on the channel. And, yeah, this is how far I got. I dug out the tunnel, and that got me a nice bit of stone. My inventory was full, though, so I didn't get to keep all that stone, because I'm dumb. But I have a ladder going back up now. We're going to cover that with a manhole, and we're going to leave this unfinished. But when you get down here, it will be finished. And then we come over here, and this will bring us to the entrance of the bunker. So, that's what's been going on. And I just realized I probably do need a lot more of these bricks, sadly. So, yes, I've been making a lot of other content. In case you hadn't noticed, there have been a ton of new videos going up just about every day, which has kind of been my goal here on the channel ever since I got back into doing YouTube. And I finally managed to take that goal by playing other games. Rising World, as you know, is a game that takes a lot of, concentration and a lot of creativity. And I've always felt like I need to take frequent breaks from series and games like this one, because you're going to burn yourself out. I mean, and the last thing I want to do with a series that's doing so well is to burn myself out. So that's what's been going on. That's why I haven't been playing it as much. That's why you've been feeling like, damn, Vortak just doesn't like Rising World anymore. Because, I mean, I had to take a break. So I want to finish this project, but I have some ideas moving forward as to other things I'd like to do with Rising World, aside from just build. I'm not the biggest builder. It's crazy to think that, because why the hell would someone who's not the biggest builder have a building series in a game like Rising World? Well, that's kind of what you do in Rising World. That's the game right now. You build, and there's not a whole lot of survival elements. But the new update that's coming very soon, the new dungeon update, I think is going to change a little bit of that. It's going to give me a reason to explore. So I think moving forward with the series, once we get the dungeon update, I am going to be messing with that a little bit. I'm going to be experimenting with some of the exploration sides of the game and checking some of that out. Wow, none of that went far at all. We do have the plaster, though, and since we kind of know what level the ceiling's going to be at, we'll start going through these to get the ceiling done and kind of close this off. I'm sure I didn't dig high enough, but we'll see, at least in some parts. So we can bring this over like that. I went and grabbed some more blocks, so we're pretty good. I still had some stone saved up that I kind of forgot about. But anyway, as I was saying, I need to be sure I don't burn myself out on Rising World, and part of that is trying to build things when I really don't have a whole lot of creative juices going. And I have one or two options. I could keep asking you guys for building projects and challenging myself to build things. And, you know, that is a fun way to go, and I have done things like that in the past. Or I could experiment with other elements of the game. And with this new dungeon update, I'm actually very excited because those dungeons look like a really awesome reason to explore. So I think in the very near future, once that drops, you're going to see a nice handful of exploration videos, and I'm pretty sure I will even consider it a sub-series to this one. I'm probably going to label it differently than The Beach, quote-unquote, because it won't technically be about the beach. It's more or less about exploration. And in that dungeon update, you don't just get dungeons hidden in caves. There's actually supposedly going to be ruins just laying about the land, old houses, things like that, things to find, and I'm hoping things to loot as well. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really hoping that also that type of update grows even more and goes in that whole direction of like, ooh, whoa, someone else has been in this world before. I know when they released the villages in Minecraft, that's how the developers wanted everyone to feel. They were saying, we want Minecraft to feel like, you know, you're not alone. And I love that. I love that mentality about a game like this because you can only build so long. Even people who love this game for the building elements have to get a little bit tired of that after some point. So it's nice to be able to play your favorite game and not have to build in every single playthrough or every single time you turn it on. Well, I got to build something. It's a building game. You don't. So I think that is what you could kind of expect out of the future episodes here on the channel when it comes to Rising World. A little more exploration. Now, that's not going to be it forever, but I can tell you that I am pretty excited about that. I'm pretty damn close to having enough, but I may need to go on another gathering expedition because I need a little more plaster for one more row here, and then I got to fill in this wall. But if you look like this, you can kind of see what I'm going for. I almost hope that more stone starts peeking through once we start putting the siding on here, because I like that a lot. I actually really like how it seems more built into the rocks that way. Love that. However, I was thinking of doing, earlier when I talked about it, I was thinking of doing something like this. If we can do this right. Something like this along the top. But it kind of takes, it's like no reason to even have plaster there, and plus I actually like the way that looks without it, so we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go gathering a little bit more and get that done. I think the more interesting part of this video is actually going to be when we start placing the lights and crafting those, because there's a lot of cool little things you can do with lights in this game, and I haven't messed with it near enough. Just putting the finishing touches. There it is. One hallway, and now that it's complete, it does kind of look a little bit meh with the stone only on one side. I may go ahead and just get rid of that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that. But what we're going to do now is put some lights in here, and I'll show you exactly why. Oh, you don't need lights, Vortec? Boom. Yeah. That is what the L button does for you. It lights everything up, and when you come into here, the color temperature I was talking about at the beginning of the episode is this awful, awful red. I want it to look more like this. So yeah, it has a red tint to it, but it's more lit up, and when you just have these red lights, it looks horrible. Now, they are supposed to be emergency lights, and they are supposed to be red, and it'd be even cooler if they were blinking, but that's not the case. So we're going to put some lights in here as well. And once we light this thing up properly, it should look pretty nice. And if you haven't seen a whole lot of light crafting in this game yet, it's actually pretty nice. It used to be, I think the lights were just free. Like, you just craft them with no materials. But now they've gone ahead and added a little bit more to that. So you don't just build them with iron either. I'll show you. It's pretty cool. I've emptied out our furnace, and we're going to go over here, actually, to the more high-tech crafting bench. And I believe we just need little light bulbs for these, but I'm going to do... Let me see, or maybe it's fluorescence. Lights, tools, and crafting stations. We need some fluorescent lights. Ceiling lamp? There's a lot of options here. We need these hanging ones. And we can do the narrow ones or the thick ones. I'm going to go for the narrow ones. And for these, we're going to need 2 fluorescent lamps and 3 iron plates for each one. So in order to make these, I want to stockpile a bunch of fluorescent lamps and iron plates. Now, fluorescent lamps are these guys. And for these, I'm going to need a bunch of iron rods, tungsten rods, and copper rods. So first, I have some, I have some copper on me. I can go ahead and make the copper rods right now. First, we got to stockpile some other things before we can stockpile these things. So let's see. First, we need copper plates. That's why this is kind of cool, because there's actually a lot of crafting steps you need to go through before you can just go ahead and craft all this up. So I'm just going to do that for all of them. And we're going to make probably about half of them into rods. About like that. Not in half, but whatever. So now we have a whole ton of rods. And if I go back into this workbench, we can definitely afford to make, how many? 5? We need more tungsten rods, it seems. So, crafting back and forth, we're going to need to keep doing this for a sec. So we can get enough to craft a decent amount of these lights. 5 is not enough. 10 might be enough. 5 is definitely not. So I'll go back and do some tungsten. That was not what I wanted to do. About 40 of those, maybe. And then we'll come back into here, and we'll craft... Oh, wow, that's 14. Let's do another 5. Like I said, 10 is probably enough. And then we can come down to these ceiling lamps. How many can I craft? Just 1? I need more iron plates. But in the end, I ended up with 9 fluorescent lamps, and that might be enough. We're going to try with that. And the other thing we have to get are the colored lamps. And there we go. We wanted red... And we already have 1. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's 7. So maybe that's enough, because, again, we're not going to be... It's not like we're going to do 100% of all the blocks in the hallway with them. I should sleep again, but who cares? We're just hiding in a tunnel. I know that sounded scary, but no. There are no threats at all that I'm worried about at all. At all. Come back down here and use this. Now, the only thing is I want these to be somewhat symmetrical, somewhat even. I could start them back here, skip a few blocks, and not really worry about how many we have. Let me put the grid on. Always very helpful. So let's do it like this. So that'll be 1. Wow. That is bright. Let's turn L off. And that did it a little bit. That kind of took away from the redness, or maybe I'm just hoping it did. So that's 1 light, and it's not very bright, is it? Just overall, compared to using L. Well, we'll come back some more. How many blocks is that? Let's see. So, we want to put, let's see, 1 full block, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 5 looks pretty good, and it's not so bad in terms of brightness. Okay. So let's do it again. So I'm putting these emergency lamps right in between the 2 fluorescents. And I'm going to do it on this side as well, because I like to waste time and resources. So just like that. And you can see that already makes it, like, awkwardly red. But it looks just like it did in here when I hit L. It's a red tint. It's not perfect, but that is the effect I was hoping we would get. A nice mix of color. So that's pretty cool. And the way I'm finding the center here is I'm just kind of backing up, counting out the blocks. Yeah, we got 5 little ones on that side. That'll do. And placing it like that. Nice and symmetrical all the way up to the ladder, which I don't care if it doesn't meet the ladder perfectly. But I think that looks pretty neat. We're definitely going to need a lot more lights, though. And luckily, I have mined a lot of stuff, so it shouldn't be hard to get the lights we need, but it's still kind of unfortunate. To nobody's surprise, I'm basically out of iron. Go figure. I'm sure if you've played enough Rising World, you know that lights like these are scarce because resources and gathering resources in Rising World can be a bit of a chore. So I'm still going to keep chugging away, though. I have enough iron to definitely make plenty more things that require iron. When it comes to tungsten, though, I'm not too sure about that. Iron's a lot easier to come by. I'll probably have to go do some more deep cave diving. And that brings me back to the dungeon update. I hope that comes out very soon. In the meantime, for future episodes, I'm not really sure on what our next building project is going to be. So if you guys have those suggestions, I know I said that I don't want to do a whole lot of building in the near future, which is why, yes, I am still hoping that the dungeon update comes out very soon, but that doesn't mean I can't still build in the meantime. So feel free to leave those suggestions down below. As always, we're going to go down here and just finish these lights really quick, and I'm just going to finish with what I have. And from there, you guys get the point, and I'll just put the rest in on my own time. Oh, good, I'm dying of thirst. Let's eat some tomatoes. Some delicious water-filled tomatoes. Whew. I can't believe I still rely on tomatoes over the water canteen. So silly. Alright, time to count it out. Wow, we did it! We had enough lights. I can't believe it. We made it right up to the ladder. Perfect, and I have a light left over, which is awesome, because I think I need one in the house. And I have a bulb, too. Sweet. Okay, cool. And I have all my rods. Now we just have to place the emergency lights. So yes, we are right here. Like I said, this is going to be left raw and open like that. I think that's kind of cool looking. We just need to scatter these red lights throughout the build, and they're easy enough to center, just like that. So we'll get this done real quick, and I will wrap up the video. And what bunker wouldn't be complete without some kind of secret hidden passage or door or something? This won't be too discreet because it's buried in the sand, but we are going to try, let's see here, and let's see if I can do this right. I'm going to try and cover up the ladder with this manhole cover. You know, it seems to want to go only in its own direction. So if I put it right here, I'm going to have to put some sand around it, I think. Yeah. Almost a little bit, huh? Now, can I even get through that? I can. I can still get through that. Now, will the sand make it so I can't, though? I have some sand on me. Let's see if we can just, like, bury this a little bit. I'll put that right here. It's close. Okay, that's a little bit much. Let's dig it out. Can I close it, though? Oh, it's, like, frustratingly close to being hidden. I've seen these done so much better. I guess I'm just not that good. Alright, we'll try one more time. Let me open it again and try to get, like, below the manhole cover. It's a little bit hard to climb down. And we'll put some sand, like... Oh, man. Like, right in here, maybe? It's so close. Well, alright, I gotta screw with this a little bit. But, as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching. This is a lot of fun. I will see you in the next episode. Let me know your building suggestions and all that stuff. And as always, leave a like if you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time.
This has been a test of the bunker alert system. Thank you for your cooperation.
Aw, son of a